Hello everyone, in this little video we are going to do a simple little NAS setup. So what we do is we set up a ZFS Mirror, we set up NFS to share files, and well, after that sky is the limit. You could use Samba or you could use FTP, HTTP, for example if you use Nginx or Apache. That's totally up to you. So let's get right into it. First, as you can tell, I have a virtual machine running, a FreeBSD system, stock system, nothing special about that, and I already SSH'd into it. First and foremost, I created two new virtual hard disks inside the VM, which we can list with cam control def list. And you can see this, the 88.0 is my root partition, so to speak, where ZFS lives, the operating system in 88.1, and two are spare disks that I created and added. They're statically sized, they're 20 gigabytes each, and we want to create a ZFS mirror. To do that, we will use the following command. We will leverage setpool, create, we give it a name, I call it data. We are going to set up a mirror, so both disks are mirrored. And we need to give the device names. So, and the other one is 88.2, and let's create it. There we go. After that, we can look at the status and we can see, okay, there is a data pool, which has two disks included, and the whole system is a mirror. Status is online, so everything works. We can also verify that if we use df. And we can see inside the list, last entry, data is mounted at root data. So the next step we're going to do is we want to enable NFS. To do that, we are going to edit rcconf. I always use rcconf local so that I don't convolute the rcconf, but that is up to you. You can also use sysrc to do it automatically, as you please. What we do need is these three entries. We need to enable the RPC bind service, the NFS daemon itself, and mount D. After you set that up, we can quit that, and we need to start all the services. I'm going over these. Mine are already running, but just in case, we will do that by hand. Start that and mount D. So they're all already started since I already played with it. The next step on the list, we need to edit the etc exports file to give our mount point to NFSD so it can share it over the network. So we go to exports and you can tell I've already created the entry here. Basically the syntax is pretty simple. You have the directory to share, which is data. I specify a network address and a net mask, so that's a 24 net mask. That means any system coming from 10.0.23, 0 to 255 can connect to this share and can access it. Keep that in mind when you're doing any kind of permissions, or if you set the mask and the network, that it's correct, that actually your machines can connect to it. After that, we quit out of that. And an important part, we need to reload mount D. I've already done that before since I tried it out, but every time you make a change in etc exports, be sure to reload mount D so it can see the export you've set in that file in etc exports. Next step on the list, we should be good now, except for one thing. If we go over to data and list the directory, we can see the owner of it is root wheel. So that means if we connect, we do not have access to write anything. What we're going to do, since this is my local user, I will change ownership of the directory to my local user. You can do the same. You could do a group membership, anything you like. Just make sure that you actually have permissions to write or access the directory. So from that point out, we go over to my Linux prompt. I'll make this a little bigger. And we want to mount the share. To do that, I created an empty directory called share, in which we are going to mount that directory. So we're going to do a sudo mount. We're going to leverage NFS. You need to give it the IP of your FreeBSD server and give it the share directory and mount it, and there we go. As you can see, there's nothing in it right now. We can go into share and, well, just make a new file, touch test, and to verify that it actually works, we go over to our FreeBSD system, go to data, and there's your test file. So this is a basic little tutorial on how to set up an NFS mount and a ZFS mirror. It's basically a little NAS setup, or it's almost the same as I run myself. I have a FreeBSD NAS at home, which is vanilla FreeBSD, which is NFSD with Samba, FTP, and HTTP setup. And well, you can expand on it. You can do everything you like. Be sure to check out the manual page for exports for NFS daemon, and also it never hurts to get acquainted with a little bit of ZFS. But basically, this is the setup that you could very well replicate in like 5 minutes. It doesn't take a lot, and it's easy to set up and also maintain. So thank you guys for watching. See you in the next video.